Welcome to Engage Math, Lesson 5, Problem 3, and we are rewriting so that y is a function of x, which basically means that our end goal is to have our final answer be y equals something in terms of x, meaning x's are on the right. So we're going to start with some of the skills that you've learned in the past. We're going to distribute the 3, so 3x minus 3 plus y equals 5. And our goal is to move this 3x and the negative 3 to the other side. I'm going to start by subtracting 3x from both sides. Now, this is something that's just to help you as you move forward in math. But when you have the x and a number, remember you can't combine those, but I like to write the x term first. So instead of writing 5 minus 3x, I'm going to write it as negative 3x plus 5. And for a variety of reasons, as you go forward, including with the equation of a line, which you're going to learn a lot about, and a lot of things in math where you want the variable to the highest degree first, and then the number or the variables to lower degrees after. So that's why I'm putting the negative 3x before the 5. Now I'm going to add 3 to both sides. It wouldn't be wrong, though, if you left it the other way, but just it's good to have it to be in. So our final answer, I'm going to write right here, we knew this is what we had to get to, is negative 3x, and then I'm going to have plus 8 because I'm adding the 5 and the 3 together. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a little bit simpler, in my opinion, because we are going to subtract 8x from both sides. Once again, I'm going to leave it as 4y equals, and I'm going to write the negative 8x before the 12. Okay, and now we're going to divide every single term by 4. So what makes this problem a little more challenging in some ways than the other one is that we had to divide by 4 to get that y by itself. So let's kind of just make that a little bit neater so you can see it. And our final answer is y equals. We want to reduce negative 8 over 4 to negative 2x and then plus 3. And we're done with problem B. All right, let's go to C. Now, there's two ways to approach this. We could try to get rid of that fraction of 1/2 first, but I think I'm just going to leave it and distribute it through the parentheses. So it's 1/2 x. Want to make sure that there's no hesitation with 1/2 times 6 is 3. That's sometimes troubling for students, but you have to know that when you multiply 1/2 times 6, it means times 6 over 1, and we multiply right across to get 6 over 2, or 3. All right, one last step. We're going to add 4 to both sides. And just like that, we have written y as a function of x. Y equals 1/2 x plus 7. Okay, let's go to the next one where we again have some work to do before we get started because there's y's and x's and numbers on both sides. So I'm going to start by subtracting the 2x from both sides. And notice that I'm putting it right under the negative 9x there, or the minus 9x. So just like that, we get a simpler equation already. 4y plus 3 equals 2y minus 11x minus 4. All right, so now I'm going to subtract the 3 from both sides because remember, we're trying to get the y on one side by itself. So when I subtract the 3 from both sides, I have 4y equals. And then on this side, I now have 2y minus 11x minus 7. Now, before you're tempted to divide by 4, we have to move this 2y to the left. So I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. And we're going to get a 2y equals, these are gone, negative 11x minus 7. And then we're going to divide everything through by 2. Notice that when we divide both sides by 2, every single term has to get divided by 2. So our final answer here is going to be, I think I'll just write it here, is going to be y equals a negative 11/2 x. Doesn't matter whether you put the x in the numerator or off to the right, minus 7/2. And that's all we can do to simplify that final answer. And we'll see you next time here at Engage Math.